Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Tuesday, December 11th. And you can see on the time lapse we had lots of clouds yesterday, but again dry, and that allowed a lot of our producers that we're still getting a lot of grain in here this late in December, as we've had quite a difficult fall. We picked up almost 160,000 bushels of grain inbound here over the last 3 days, so been very busy here in the Breckenridge area. And if we look at the normals, our normal high is 33, the normal low is 20. And as far as yesterday goes, we had a high of 34, a low of 25. No precipitation, again, helping the ground firm up, especially with the cold mornings, allowing our producers to get out and harvest. You can see we're running about 1.5 degrees above normal per day so far for the month of December. Our sunrise today at 8:01, it'll set tonight at 5:02. And if we look at temperatures out there this morning, mainly in the upper 20s to the low 30s, a warm spot Middleton at 32. And for the second day in a row, Jasper at 23 for the cold spot. On the satellite view, you can see a lot of fair weather for the most part. Lots of clouds, but actually fair in a sense that we don't have any precipitation, with the exception of the system moving off to the northeast. But we'll stay high and dry today and into part of tomorrow before some snow will break out. As far as the radar goes, you can see it's clear across much of the Great Lakes region. And if we look at the weather map this morning, that low pressure system will slide off to the northeast. And again, very little in the way of sunshine expected, maybe a little bit on Thursday. But as this high pressure system moves off to the east, we're going to see a return flow and a lot of Gulf moisture, at least heading up into the Tennessee and the valley into the deep south. But again, I think that's going to intercept a lot of that moisture with some strong thunderstorms over the next couple of days. But again, we'll see a mixture of precipitation here as we get into Thursday and Friday in the form of rain and snow. Right now, with the heaviest precipitation being intercepted off to our south, we don't expect anything heavy as far as amounts, but we'll have to watch that. If that moisture climbs a little farther north into the Great Lakes, it could get quite sloppy here as we get into Thursday night into Friday morning. Again, tomorrow we could see about a ½ inch to an inch with that surge of some of that moisture initially. And if we look at the amounts of precipitation over the next 7 days, you can see about 3 or 4/10 of an inch of precipitation across the southern part of the state, less as you head to the north. Again, much of this will be in the form of some snow or a mixture of snow and rain here over the next 3 or 4 days anyways, but our temperatures will climb into the upper 30s to around 40, so we don't expect anything as far as issues on the roadways go. And as far as snowfall amount, just a trace to a ½ inch across the southern part of the state, maybe ½ inch to an inch across the northern areas. But again, if that moisture makes it into the Great Lakes late in the week, we may see a little bit more in the way of sloppy accumulations, maybe several inches. But right now, the best bet is most of the heaviest precipitation will remain south of the Great Lakes. As far as the 6 to 10 and the 8 to 14 day outlooks, you can see warmer than normal conditions expected. Right now we expect we could see some 40-degree temperatures again next week, but there are some signs that we could see a significant cold shot come in, and it may hang around for much of January into February, as we've had a major stratospheric warming event take place, and that could dislodge the polar vortex as we get towards the last days of December. And right now January could start out brutally cold. And Friday we'll have my final winter forecast out. And right now we suspect that we're not going to really see as warm and dry conditions in the Great Lakes. November rather, off to a really good start with 11 inches of snow, but that's typical that you might see some very cold and snowy weather early in an El Nino year. But we see a number of events that certainly could produce a much colder winter than what your typical El Nino may produce, but we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. As far as the short-term forecast, you can see temperatures slowly rising up through the 30s to around 40 by the time we get into the weekend. Here's our little bit of snow accumulations on grassy surfaces here for tomorrow, and then a mixed bag of precipitation as we get into late Thursday night into Friday, even lasting into Saturday. So again, lots of clouds, some precipitation here, maybe a little bit of accumulation of snow on Wednesday. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.